Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about chemical kinetics. It is one of the new chapter for you. So, what is chemical kinetics? It is the branch of chemistry which deals about the reaction rates and their mechanism. It's called chemical kinetics. It is the branch of chemistry. The branch of chemistry which deals about the reaction rates, and their mechanism is called chemical kinetics. See that the branch of chemistry which deals about the reaction rates and their mechanism. Reaction rates means rate of reaction. We are going to discuss about rate of reaction in the chemical kinetics topic. The first topic we are going to discuss now. And what are their mechanisms also we are going to discuss. So this is about what? Chemical kinetics. Here the word kinetics is derived from a Greek word which is kinesis. What is the meaning of kinesis? Means movement. Based on the moment or based on the speed of the reaction, the reactions are classified into mainly two types. So the first one is fast reaction. Fast reactions. What are fast reactions? The reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction is very less. Such type of reactions generally we call as what? Fast reactions. What are fast reactions, students? The reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction. The time required to complete the reaction is very less. Is very less means it may complete within fraction of seconds also. Such type of reaction generally we call as what? Fast reactions. So how do we get to know whether the given reaction is fast reaction or not? Means we have an idea, that is generally the reactions involving ionic substances. The reactions involving ionic substances are fast. The reactions involving ionic substances are fast reactions generally. Ionic substances means the substances which produce ions when dissolved in water, or else the substances which is made up of ionic bonds. Such type of substances we can call as what? Ionic substances. So whenever the ionic substances are involved in the chemical reaction, that reactions will take place within few seconds. Okay, now within fraction of seconds also. Such type of reactions we call as what? Fast reactions, students. Understood, students? Then what are the examples of these fast reactions? We will see now. What are the examples of fast reactions? The first example if you take, that is acid-base reaction. Acid-base reaction. Acid-base reaction, or else acid-base neutralization reaction. Acid-base neutralization. What is the meaning of neutralization? Neutralization reaction. Neutralization is nothing but the reactions in which acid combines with base and produce salt and water is called neutralization reaction. So you take one example for this. That is, HCl is an acid, combines with NaOH, it is a base, and it produces NaCl salt and water. Such type of reaction generally we call as what? Neutralization reactions. These reactions will take place within fraction of seconds. Here Na plus and OH minus ions are involving. H plus and Cl minus ions are involving. When dissolved in water, it produces ions. So that's why these ionic substances generally, whenever ionic substances are involving in the chemical reactions, such reactions we can call as what? Fast reactions. Here HCl is not a ionic compound, even though when dissolved in a water, it produces readily ions. So that's why this reaction is fast reaction we can take. This is one example I have given to you. And next example if you take, that is precipitation of AgCl by NaCl and AgNO3. NaCl and AgNO3. So NaCl aqueous solution, AgNO3 aqueous solution I have taken, and I got immediate precipitation, that is AgCl precipitation. Because here also ions are involved in the reaction. AgCl precipitate and NaNO3 liquid is formed. Okay, now this is precipitate. AgCl precipitate is formed in this reaction. These are the examples of fast reactions, students. Got the idea about fast reactions, students, everybody? Okay, and then next type of reaction, that is slow reaction. What is slow reaction? We will see now. Slow reactions. What are fast reactions? Already we have discussed the reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction is very less. Such type of reactions are fast reactions. Slow reactions means the reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction is very high. Such type of reaction generally we call as what? Slow reactions. So you take the reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction is very high. Is very high means it may take hours, days, and even months and years also. So that will be depending upon the equation. Such type of reaction generally we call as what? Slow reactions. Okay, na? The reactions in which the time required to complete the reaction is very high. Such type of reactions are slow reactions. Then how do we get to know whether the given reaction is fast or slow? Fast reactions means what I have given to you, clue point, ionic substances are involving. Here the generally the reactions involving covalent substances. Covalent substances are slow and time consuming. Generally, the reactions involving covalent substances are slow and time consuming. Covalent substances means the substances in which covalent bond is present, right? Which are made up of covalent bonds. Such type of substances generally we call as what? Covalent substances. Right, students? Here in these covalent substances, why the reaction is happening very slow? Means during whenever the covalent substances are combining, what happens means bond making and bond breaking both will take place simultaneously to the formation of product. So to take place bond making and bond breaking, the time is required. So that's why time consuming reactions these are. So these are slow reactions. So how do we get to know slow reactions means? This is the clue point we have, that is covalent substances are involving. Then we can call those are slow reactions. Then what are the examples of slow reactions, students? We will see now. For example, you can take a known example. This is Rusting of iron. The first example I have given to you, that is rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. Suppose if you take iron rod and if you place in the atmosphere, after few months it will be rust. That means what? It will become rust. It will be corrode. We know already this. This is rusting of iron, one of the example. And one more example, if you take hydrogen combines with chlorine or else oxygen and it produces water. Liquid formation taking place from hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. If you balance, here 2 moles you will get, here 2 moles. Without ending any condition, without applying any condition, the water is formed from hydrogen and oxygen, but it takes a few years. But if you use any condition, like if you use any platinum catalyst here, it will take place immediately. Water will take place immediately. But here we are not applying any condition, so that's why it will take place few years. So that's why it is also comes under what? Slow reaction, students. Got the idea about slow reactions and fast reactions, students? Everybody understood? Okay, then fine. See that this chemical kinetics mainly deals and useful for all the reactions except slow reactions and fast reactions. Because in the slow reaction, if you take, in that reactions, to complete the reaction, maximum time is required. That is a few years, sometimes years, months also takes place. Then how to calculate rate? Okay, now it is difficult to calculate. In the similar manner, if you take fast reactions, within fraction of seconds it is happening. Then how to measure the rate? How to identify how much amount of water is formed? How to get more amount of yield, that is more amount of product? How to get? It is not possible, right? So that's why fast reactions it is difficult. Slow reactions are measuring also difficult, and also explosion reactions also difficult. So that's why this chemical kinetics deals about all the reactions except slow reactions, fast reactions and explosion reactions. So how fast or how slow the reaction occur depends upon mainly nature of reactants, nature of reaction, as well as experimental conditions what we have used during the reaction. That is also important here. So here, to understand about chemical kinetics, first of all we should have an idea about rate of reaction, right, students? So that's why we are going to discuss the next topic, that is rate of reaction. We will see, students, rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. What is meant by rate of reaction? It is the change in molar concentration of species per unit time. Under study per unit time is called rate of reaction. What is rate of reaction? It is defined as the change in molar concentration, of a species per unit time. The change in molar concentration of a species per unit time is called rate of reaction. See that, students, change in molar concentration of a species means it may be a reactant or product. Change in molar concentration of a reactant or change in molar concentration of a product per unit time. How much it is, we need to calculate that. That is nothing but rate of reaction here. Suppose, consider a simple reaction. R gives rise to P. Reactants can be converting into products. So at initial time, at a time t equals to 0, what is the concentration of R? What is the concentration of P? At initial time, there is no product. First, we will take reactants, right? So, maximum amount of reactants is present. There is no product, so that's why it is nil. Got an idea, student? As the time increases, concentration of reactant decreasing and concentration of product increasing. As the time increases, what happens? Concentration of reactant decreasing, concentration of product increasing. That means at time t1, what is the concentration of R? It will decrease from initial time. How much it is? We don't know. So let us take R1. Concentration of P increases. How much? We don't know. Let us take P1. At time t2, still if you increase the time, what is the concentration of reactant? It becomes R2. It becomes how much it is? P2. That means, students, I am giving the graph for this. If you take concentration versus concentration of reactant versus time, if you take, then at a zero time, at initial time, the concentration of reactant is maximum, right, student? As the time increases, the concentration of reactant decreasing gradually. This is reactants graph. Reactants graph. That's why I kept here downward arrow. Concentration of reactant decreasing as the time increases. In the similar manner, we can also write for product. So what is the product curve? We will see now here. You can take here on y-axis concentration of product versus time. So at initial time, there is no concentration of product. It is nil. That means it will start from here. As the time increases, concentration of product also increasing gradually. So this is products graph we will get. So these are the graphs with respect to reactant and with respect to product. Okay, now students. Then here we need to observe the change in time. What is the change in concentration? What is the change in product? So let us take here in these expressions based on the given data. Now what we have discussed based on that. Change in time. Delta T is equals to what is that? T2 minus T1. Change in concentration of reactants. Delta R is equals to R2 minus R1. Change in concentration of product. Products. Delta P is equals to P2 minus P1. This is change in concentration of reactants as well as products. Then how to write the rate expression? We will see, students, now. Till now, what we have discussed, that everybody understood, students. Then we will see that here concentration of reactants decreasing means disappearance. Concentration of products increasing, that means what? Appearance. So we will see that what is the disappearance of reactants, what is the appearance of products also we will see here, students. Let us see here rate of disappearance of R. Rate of disappearance of R is equals to, disappearance means decreasing, right, students? So decrease in concentration of R divided by time taken. So decrease in concentration, decreasing symbol I am taking with the minus symbol, right, students? So minus change in, that is decreasing. How much decrease? That change, delta R divided by how much time taken? Delta T, T2 minus T1. This is with respect to reactant, students. Okay, na? And then we will see rate of appearance of product. P is nothing but appearance means increasing the concentration of product. So increase in Increase in concentration of product divided by time taken. Time taken. Increasing symbol is what, students? Positive sign. So how much increase? That change. Delta P divided by delta T. Got the students idea about this? This is the disappearance of R, appearance of P. We know already that we have taken the simple reaction, that is R gives rise to P. For this reaction, how to write rate now? Actually, what is the rate? Rate of the reaction definition, it is the change in molar concentration of a species. Change in molar concentration. Concentration means C. Change in concentration divided by per unit time, right? So change in time, delta T. General formula this is. Delta C by delta T. How to write the rate with respect to R? Already we have seen, that is what? Minus delta R divided by delta T. With respect to product, already we have seen, what is that? Plus delta P divided by delta T. You can able to write either with respect to R or with respect to P. Any one you can write, that is rate expression with respect to R as well as with respect to P we have written. See that, students, here negative symbol indicates disappearance or decrease in concentration of reactant. Positive sign indicates increasing or appearance of product or increase in concentration of product. Got the, students, idea about this rate, how to write? Now we will see some of the examples. We will take some of the examples and we will write rate expression for that one. You see, students, examples. The first example I am giving to you. N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO. Write the rate expression. N2 plus O2 gives rise to NO. If you balance the equation here, you will get 2NO. Right, students? Yeah, 1 mole, 2 moles. You know how to identify the number of moles if they give the equation, right? This is the first example I have given to you. Then how to write rate expression for this? Rate is equals to, with respect to N2. How to write with respect to N2 here? Minus. With respect to reactant means definitely we need to write negative symbol. Negative sign, delta N2 divided by delta T, which is also equals to oxygen. Here oxygen is also reactant, so we need to use negative symbol. So negative delta O2 divided by delta T, which is also equals to, with respect to product, how to write? With respect to product, we need to take first of all formation, increasing the concentration of product. So that's why we need to use positive symbol. Delta NO divided by delta T. It is correct, but here coefficient 2 is there. Here nothing is there, that is 1. So 1 only we have written. Nothing is there means 1. But here 2 is there. Now how to write coefficients here? How to write coefficients means, in the above reaction, if you observe 2 moles of NO, the formation of NO is almost twice than either of removal of N2 or O2. So in such type of reactions, how to write the rate expression? To express a common rate equation for all the reactions, the stoichiometric coefficients of various substances we should write in a denominator part. Suppose here we have 2. So that 2 we have to write here. So the stoichiometric coefficients of different substances we need to write as a write in a denominator part to relate the rates measured. Okay, now this is the expression we have. So whenever they give here 2, 3, 4 or else n. Suppose here 3 is there, 1 by 3. 5 is there, 1 by 5. N is there, 1 by n. Like that we need to write. To relate the rates, measured, to equate the equation, to express a common rate equation for any reaction, stoichiometric coefficients of different substances are written in denominators to relate the rates measured. This is the clue point we have. So first example we have seen, and next one more example I will give. Try to write the rate expression for this. N2 plus H2 gives rise to NH3. If you balance the equation, here 3 moles, here 2 moles, we will get it. How to write the rate expression? Write fast, students, here. With respect to N2 minus delta N2 divided by delta T, which is equals to, here 3 moles are there. 3 moles means we need to convert this one. First of all, reactant means negative symbol. 3 moles means 1 by 3 we write. Delta H2 divided by delta T. With respect to reactant we have written. And now you write with respect to product. Product means what sign we need to use? Positive sign. Product side, how many moles are there here? Ammonia 2 moles. So 1 by 2. Delta NH3 divided by delta T. Nothing, students, here very easy. Whenever the coefficient is there with the 2, 3, 4, some value is there, that value we should write in the denominator part. That is only the new point here. Got the student? Understood everybody? And then one more equation I will give you. Just you try to write that one. X moles of X reacts with Y moles of Y gives rise to M moles of P plus N moles of Q. Here what are the substances? Main substances X and Y are reactants. P and Q are products. Then what are the coefficients here? The coefficients, if you take small x, small y, small m, small n are coefficients. Then how to write the rate expression? First we need to identify like this and then try to write the rate expression for the given reaction. With respect to x, x is reactant, so we need to take negative sign. Small x is the number of moles, 1 by x. Delta x divided by delta t, which is equals to, with respect to y, minus 1 by y, delta y divided by delta t. Delta y divided by delta t. With respect to reactant we have written. Now you write with respect to product, that is P. Product means positive sign we need to take. 1 by m delta P divided by delta T, which is also equals to, with respect to Q, 1 by n delta Q divided by delta T. Like this we can write whatever the reaction they give. Rate expression we can write very easy manner. Got the student? Everybody understood this one? How to write the rate expression? And we will discuss about average rate and instantaneous rate. What is that average rate? We will see. Average rate. What is meant by average rate? The rate obtained over an interval of time is called average rate. The rate obtained over an interval of time, is called average rate. The rate obtained over an interval of time. That means change in time by change in the concentration by change in time only here also. But some particular time, some change in time, some interval of time we need to take here. So that's why we are calling this is average rate. Average value we are taking. The rate obtained over an interval of time is called average rate. How to measure this average rate also we will see. This average rate mainly depends upon change in concentration of the substance as well as change in time during the reaction, during the course of reaction. Then average rate is represented with RAV. Rate symbol is R. Average rate na, so AV. Average rate, RAV. Average rate, how to measure, how to calculate means, average rate is equals to change in concentration divided by change in time. Change in concentration divided by change in time. That is nothing but C2 minus C1 divided by T2 minus T1. This is nothing but what? Average rate. It will be depending upon change in concentration of the substance as well as change in time during the course of a reaction. This is nothing but what? Average rate. Then what is instant rate? Instant rate, and we can also call as instantaneous rate. Instantaneous rate. Instantaneous rate. What is the meaning of this instantaneous rate? We will see, students. The rate measured at a particular instant of time. The rate measured at a particular instant of time or a specified time. So, the rate of a reaction at a specified time we can also call as what? Instantaneous rate. The rate of a reaction. The rate of a reaction at a specified time. At a specified time means at a particular time, at a particular instant. The rate of a reaction at a specified time is called instant rate or instantaneous rate. At a particular time, at a particular instant. Means a small interval we will take. Okay, na students? So how to differentiate this instantaneous rate and average rate? You may ask a question here. Rate symbol is R. Instantaneous rate. So INST I have taken. Instantaneous rate symbol RINST. Instantaneous rate is equals to, here limit delta t trans to 0 means here change in time is almost negligible. Change in time is negligible here. So delta c divided by delta t we can write. So this one same all, but here limit delta t trans to 0, here small interval we are using. So instead of writing whole this one, we can write a very easy manner, that is dc by dt. Dc by dt, students. D represents a small interval. Delta represents some interval of time. Some time taken, how much it is, that change we need to write. Here, delta t is time taken for some concentration change. So delta, wherever delta is present, then definitely that is average rate. Wherever D they have used, that is nothing but instantaneous rate. So by looking the expression, we can conclude whether the given rate expression is belongs to instantaneous rate or average rate. Very clearly we can identify, students. Got it, student? Everybody? This one, what is the difference between average rate and instantaneous rate? And what are their meanings and all? How to express and all? Okay, now got the student? Then now, we will see here, how do we measure this average rate and instantaneous rate? By using graph. How do we measure this instantaneous rate and the average rate? By using graph, we will see now, students. Got it, everybody? Okay, we will see that, student. Now I am taking a concentration of reactant versus time graph. Already we have seen how it will change, but by using that graph, how to measure the average rate as well as instantaneous rate we will see. Let us take a graph between concentration of reactant versus time. I am taking on y-axis concentration of reactant, concentration of reactants, concentration of reactants, concentration of reactant versus time. Time I have taken on x-axis. So what happens at initial time, at 0 time, the concentration of reactant is maximum. So this is the maximum point I have taken. As the time increases, that concentration is decreasing like this. We know already, we have seen this graph. So in this graph, how to measure average rate as well as instantaneous rate we will see, students. So let us take now here any one point I have chosen here. Suppose I have taken this is the point. At this point, at this time, that is some time I have taken. At time t1, what is the reactant concentration means R1 I have taken. At time t1, what is the concentration of reactant means R1 I have taken. Now I am taking here, this is the point I have considered. This is I am considering with the time t2. At the time t2, what is the concentration of reactant means I have taken with R2. This is R2. So at this interval, we can calculate average rate. So how to calculate here? What is the change in time here? This difference is delta T. What is the reactant concentration difference? This is the difference. This difference we can represent with what? Delta R. Delta R, delta T. So how to calculate here? Average rate, R average. That is average rate is equals to, with respect to reactant means obviously we need to take what? Minus symbol. So delta R divided by delta T. Change in concentration divided by change in time. Here whatever the values are there, that values we need to substitute here. So here negative delta R is nothing but R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 divided by T2 minus T1. This is nothing but average rate, student. We can measure the average rate graphically like this. Understood, student, everybody? Then how to measure instantaneous rate? Instantaneous rate we can measure by taking a tangent in the graph. So we need to take here tangent. Tangent I am taking, students, see that? So at this particular instant of time, at a particular time, the time change is very small interval. So that's why we need to mention with the dt here. Dt, this is what? dr, small gap. So dr, at this particular instant of time, we can measure average instantaneous rate. That instantaneous rate symbol is what? RINST. So instantaneous rate is equals to, here also negative symbol because this is also with respect to reactant only we are measuring. So R instantaneous rate is equals to minus dr by dt. So change in concentration of reactant by change in time. This in the tangent, right? So that is nothing but what? Slope. Slope is nothing but what? dr by dt here in this tangent. So minus slope also you can take. This is graph related to what? Reactants graph we have taken and we have measured average rate as well as instantaneous rate. Got the student idea? So as the time increases, what happens? Reactant concentration decreasing. So here we can observe one thing. Wherever I have taken here square bracket. What is the meaning of square bracket? We are going to discuss now here. Square bracket dr. dP in the concentration of product also we have taken a square bracket P. What is this square bracket? Why we are using this square bracket here? Square bracket indicates molar concentration. Square bracket indicates molar concentration. We can also call this is active mass. Active mass. So what is the meaning of molar concentration? Active mass. So that concentration symbol we can also represent with C, or either C or with bracket we can mention. C here generally in chemical kinetics we will take with respect to this instead of C we are taking this square bracket, students. So this concentration, what is the meaning of concentration? Concentration is nothing but number of moles per unit volume. So in the given reaction, reactants will be converting into what? Products. Their number of moles are changing. So how to measure that change in concentration means by taking a constant volume. Here we will maintain constant volume. Volume is constant. Number of moles changing we can identify easily. That's one. Okay, now students, got it now? This graph you try to understand 1 or 2 times, you practice, definitely will get it. So in the similar manner we are going to discuss about what concentration of product versus time graph also, students. We'll see that also. Now the concentration of product versus time graph we will take. Concentration of product versus time. Here on y-axis I am taking concentration of products. concentration of product versus time. Time I have taken on x-axis. We know, students, at 0 time the concentration of product is nil. That is, there is no product. So it will start from 0 value. As the time increases, the concentration of product is increasing. Like this we will get. So we know already this graph. By using this graph, how to measure the average rate as well as instantaneous rate we are going to discuss now. So let us take any 2 points here. Suppose I am taking, this is the at time t1, what is the product concentration means I am taking here p1. I am taking with what? p1 here. And at time t2, what is the concentration of product means I am taking here p2. What is the time change here? That is delta t. What is the change in concentration of product? Delta p I have taken. Then at this point, how to measure the average rate? Here how to measure the average rate? Average rate is RAV is equals to what? This is with respect to product, so we need to use here positive symbol. Delta p divided by delta t, which is nothing but what? Delta p is nothing but P2 minus P1 divided by T2 minus T1 we can take. This is average rate, students. Then how to calculate instantaneous rate? By taking tangent. It may be a decrease in the concentration of reactant graph or increase in the concentration of product graph. Whatever the graph is that. Always we measure the instantaneous rate by taking tangent. Then you take tangent here. I'm taking the tangent. This is the tangent I have taken. At this particular instant of time, whatever the interval you have taken, that is small interval. So we can represent with what? Dt here. This is what? Dp. At this time, at this interval, we can measure the instantaneous rate. Instantaneous rate symbol is what? RINST. Which is equals to, with respect to product means positive sign, dp by dt. dp by dt. This is small interval. So here you see that in the tangent dp by dt is nothing but here slope. So R instantaneous rate is equals to what? Or else instantaneous rate is equals to positive dp by dt according to this graph, student. Understood, student, everybody? I hope you everybody understood the graphs. Okay. Then what are the units of this rate of the reaction we will discuss now. What are the units of rate of the reaction? Copy it, student, everybody. Rate of reaction units. Units of rate of reaction. Units of rate of reaction. What are the units we have? We will see that. Suppose in the rate of the reaction, if you see the concentration, that rate expression, what we can write, delta C by delta T means concentration versus time. So we can take unit here, concentration per time. Concentration per time. We know concentration C is equals to N by V. The N by V is the number of moles per unit volume. So moles per liter here. So in the place of concentration, what we can write? Moles per liter. So moles per liter per time. That is nothing but we can write this one, mole, liter inverse, time inverse is the unit of rate of the reaction. Mole, liter inverse, time inverse. Here you can also write mole, liter inverse, time inverse means it may be a second inverse or minute inverse or day inverse, month inverse, year inverse, whatever the time you can take. No problem. This is with respect to concentration. Sometimes they will give you gas phase reaction. Means instead of liquid, instead of aqua solutions, they make you what? A gas phase reaction. Whole reaction is gas phase reaction. In such type of reaction, how to write the units? So instead of concentration, we use partial pressure in case of partial, in case of what? Gas phase reactions. So what is the unit of pressure? Generally we take what? Atmosphere. So 1 unit is with respect to concentration, mole, liter inverse, time inverse is the unit, one unit. And with respect to partial pressure, if they give partial pressure, instead of this concentration, what we can write? Atmospheres. Atmospheres time inverse is also one of the unit. These 2 units. This is with respect to pressure. This is with respect to what? Concentration. That is the difference, student. These are the units of rate of reaction. Rate of reaction units is what? Mole, liter inverse, time inverse. With respect to pressure, atmospheres, time inverse, students. Got the student, everybody? I hope everybody understood this class. And in the next class, we will continue what are the factors influencing on this rate of reaction also, students. Thank you, students.